Meditation, Mindfulness of Moods. Anthony Darrell is a forensic and general psychiatrist in private practice in Sydney and the South Coast region of the Illawarra. Dr. Darrell is the founder and headmaster of the Mood School and holds a senior lecturer appointment with the Graduate School of Medicine, Wollongong University. Dr. Darrell has interest in mood disorders, euthymic research and meditation.
It does say meditation.
Yes. Not mediation.
No. Thank you very much. It's been about 4 years since I presented at the College Congress. I thought it was time to get back up here. Did anyone come to the last talk? Thanks, Warwick. Okay, so you're fairly new to this. I was thinking, well, what can I present? And I've been interested in meditation for many years, and I've also been interested in euthymia and what it means and how to define it and its structure. And I thought perhaps I could combine the two, and I coined this term mooditation. I'm very interested in learning skills myself, and also helping patients learn skills that are really not verbal, and they're not really characterised by shifts in thought, but by shifts in emotional states, and being mindful of those shifts in their emotional state without reference to thought. And is anyone here a meditator? How many? What's that, 6 or 7? That's quite good. But everyone's tried meditation here. Yeah, of course. Everyone's successful in... is it possible to have no thoughts in one's mindset? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Very good, yes. I think adolescence is a good place to start. Yeah. 14, yes. Yes, it's one thing I do thank my parents for introducing me to meditation when I was about 14. Something else I wanted to say, that's right. Is anyone here vegetarian? Wow. Now I'd ask you to come up front because I feel like part of my family meditators and vegetarian. Did you see there's a great overlap there between those two paradigms? Okay, now how do we work the slides? Oh. Now, who's this? Age 7? Charles Darwin. There he is at 45. Burdened. Anyway, introducing ourselves to Darwin. Anyone here interested in saving the whales? Talk about eco and its effect on the psyche. Anyone? That's Paul Shepherd, the head of the Sea Shepherd. You all familiar with that? If you're not, I'd encourage you to go on the internet and have a look, because whales are a marvellous sort of mammal. There's not many left. That bottle there cost me $1,850, a bottle of beer, but it went to a good cause, and my daughter's promised not to drink it. She's here helping me today. Meditation is an interesting area, and does anyone know where this photo was taken? Has anyone been to India and done a sort of meditative tour? Have you been meditating over there? And now, anyone goes to Pune? Anyone familiar with Osho? Yes, good. Well, that's a photo actually at one of the... You've been there? No. I love the paradox there. The Rolls Royce. And all the gold watches, etc. He's dead now, of course, so it's safe to talk about him. That's his Rolls, one of the 90s something or other. Here we are, we're back onto the talk. Mindfulness of moods. There's some of my heroes that sort of I've accumulated over the years. Is everybody familiar with interesting faces, aren't they? All sort of meditators in their own way, and all are convincing in their narratives that having an empty mind at times and being able to acquire an empty mind is quite liberating. And is that you, Penny? Mm-hmm. Yep. Penny, thanks for coming. Well, a little late, but mine. Just showing some of your relatives here, Penny. We're all related, aren't we? We're all related. Now, I came up with the term mooditation, but I was hoping that as a group here today we might come up with a definition. I know that generally one comes up with a definition before one starts to talk, but not being a perfectionist, I thought I'd just come up with the term and then we could all come together as a group and come up with a definition. Everybody happy to do that? Anyone not? Please leave. Okay. I'll take that as consent. And euthymia, I think, is a very underrated term as psychiatrists, and somebody raised the point about psychotherapy. Right. Somebody raised a point about psychotherapy, and as psychiatrists prescribing medications, the subtle effects that those medications have on the affectivity of the patient and the movements of affects is really important. And I think our skills in terms of mental state, our skills in interpreting the changes, and the very subtle changes at times in the moods of patients and the affects of patients that are on medications, in terms of dosing, I think that's another key area that really where the only professional I can see trained to come to valid conclusions about those things. Now,
excuse me, you don't need to use the microphone.
really?
No, it's too loud.
How's that? What if I stand just a little bit away from it, something like that? Oh yes, I wanted to mention that I got some prizes. Does that interest people? Or? No? And anyone that participates, I'm very, very keen on giving out some prizes, and they're visual prizes. They're for the fridge, and I've found in my practice that fridge magnets are perhaps the best interventions for patients. I mean, they're in their house, you've got to make them colourful, a very simple message on them, but incredibly strong tools. Does anyone else give out fridge magnets during the course of their psychoeducation? Well, I've got some here. I've got a few spares. So not only can I give you some fridge magnets, but you might be able to pick up one or two. Try it. As an intervention, fantastic. Where are we now?
Any diagnostic groups that are particularly...
What's that?
Any diagnostic groups that are particularly responsive to...
The fridge magnets. Well, that's a good, a very interesting area of study, and I'd like to collaborate with you if you can give me your...
Next year's conference.
Yes. Okay. The power of fridge magnets. Where are we here? Just to bring us back to...
Rangoon. Rangoon.
Cambodia? Well done.
No.
Phnom Penh.
Oh, that's in Burma.
Now, mooditation, I guess some of the ideas that sort of that I was sort of found useful when what about Paul McLean, great guy, talking about the brain as being actually three brains. There's the bottom of the brain, that really protected bit, the brain stem, and what's that? Paul's talking about consciousness. Everyone's comfortable with the idea. Part, if you like, the limbic area, perhaps is the emotive zone of the brain, and of course the neocortex and all that goes with it being the that part of the brain perhaps more involved in thoughts. How's that sound? Nice and simple, isn't it? I mean, okay, it might not be valid, but it's very simple, and I think bringing psychiatry to the layman and to ourselves, I think simplicity is important. I had the pleasure of meeting Professor Cloninger. Anyone met him? Great man. Yes, great man. Is he here today? No. And he was talking about, generally, we all have about 10 thoughts a second. And I wanted to know what you guys thought. Does that sound right? I mean, you guys are psychiatrists on the... Who here is not a psychiatrist? Don't be shy. Yes. Psychologists? Yes. I'm really coming to love psychology. I can't tell you